In this edition of the Marklein Minute, we're going to take a deep dive into the April tax collection report that we get from the Wisconsin Department of Revenue. Every month I get a report from the Department of Revenue which details the amount of taxes that we collected for the previous month and year to date. Normally these are very routine, very boring kinds of reports, but I do spend time every month going through them to make sure that I've got a good handle on the amount of taxes that are coming in for the state of Wisconsin. So a couple of things I wanted to highlight this month in the April report. April is a significant month, mainly because many people file their tax returns on or about April 15th. So it's the time when we true up the tax collections from the prior year. So in the April month of tax collections, individual income tax collections, which is our number one source of revenue in the state, we were down compared to the prior year 9%, over 9%, which is pretty substantial. So why did that happen? And so we did a little bit of digging, and it's kind of interesting, the backstory on this. So people mail their tax returns to Madison. Well, apparently the Postal Service inadvertently, they had a sorter problem and sent all of these tax returns to Milwaukee. So these returns went to Milwaukee. When they figured out what was going on, the returns had to be sent back to Madison. And in Madison, the checks are removed from the tax returns, and then the checks are sent back to Milwaukee. All of this back and forth resulted in a delay in the deposit of a lot of money for individual income taxes. We're talking $230 million of checks that were delayed that did not actually get into the bank until May. So that is the main reason for a significant drop in our tax collections. Obviously, May should look very positive for us. Moving on to sales tax. Sales tax collections are up 4% for the month of April. And again, that's just one month. And again, I did some digging as to why that occurred. Auto and truck sales are up 13% in the month of April, largely because we believe because of the people's concerns about tariffs impacting the price of vehicles. So people hurried to buy vehicles in anticipation of the tariffs hitting and the prices going up. So again, I think this is probably a bit overstated. Obviously, if people bought a vehicle in April and hurried up, they'll probably be robbing from sales that normally would have occurred in May, June, and July. So I think the 9.1% drop in income taxes, individual income taxes, is probably not as significant as it was. And I think the 4.1% is a bit more optimistic because of the impact of the auto sales accelerating from the future months. Finally, year-to-date tax collections for the state of Wisconsin, we're up about 3.2%. And obviously these factor in somewhat into this calculation, but overall this is a fairly reasonable rate of tax collections increase over the prior year. I expect that percentage will go up a little bit in the next couple of months. So anyway, if you can't sleep at night, you can dig into all these numbers and it'll help you with your insomnia.